Good morning, grade 10. So for today, we will have our last lesson for this week, and that is about geometric means. Now, let's have the learning targets. So for today, you will be able to determine geometric means of a geometric sequence. So just like arithmetic means, when we say geometric means, those are terms found between two non-consecutive terms of a geometric sequence. Baga, ang hahanapin ulit natin dito ay yung mga nawawalang terms. Balik tayo kay arithmetic means. Kay arithmetic means, ano po ang hinahanap natin para makuha yung missing terms? Ano yung unang hinahanap? Okay, ang unang hinahanap po is the value of the common difference o yung value ng D. Now, kay geometric means naman, ano yung counterpart niya? Ano naman kaya yung hahanapin natin muna? Ang hahanapin naman natin dito is the value of R. And that is the common ratio. Review pala muna tayo ng radicals before we proceed with geometric means. Kasi kailangan natin itong concept ng radicals which was discussed nung grade 9 kayo. Now, we have the x root of a. So, ano ba yung mga parts ng radical? Sa radicals? Ano yung x na yan? Ano yung a na yan? Obviously, grade 10, this symbol, yung parang division symbol na may buntot, is the radical sign. Next, ano naman kaya tawag kay letter A or do sa number na nasa ilalim ng radical sign? Kung naalala pa. Okay, that is the radicand. And ano naman yung tawag doon sa number na maliit na nasa taas, doon sa gilid ng radical sign? That is now called the index. Again, this is the radical sign. The number sa loob ni radical sign is the radicand, and yung sa kabila ay index. Now, for example, kung square root, wala namang number sa gilid dyan, di ba? Pero ano ang index ng square root? Okay, the index ng square root ay 2. Okay, let's have examples. Balikan lang natin konting-konti pa yung radicals. I have here two numbers. Excuse me. I have here the cube root of 8 and the fourth root of 81. Now, let's have first the cube root of 8. What is the cube root of 8? Ano yung number na pag minultiply ng 3 beses sa sarili niya, the answer will be 8. Paano pipindutin yan sa calcu? Ang hahanapin nyo po na symbol ay yung ganito. Other calcu po ay ganito ha, may x doon sa loob. Plus, ganyan lang po. Yung iba naman, ang nakalagay po sa calcu ay may mga box na ganyan po. Kung hindi po mahanap sa calcu, pwede nyo akong i-PM. Picturean nyo lang yung calculator nyo. Then send it to me. Then I'll try to look for that function. Kung meron. Kasi other calculators po ay wala. Now, balik tayo dito. What is the cube root of 8? Ano yung number na kapag minultiply ng 3 beses sa sarili niya? The answer is 8. Okay, the answer is very good. 2. Kasi diba, ang 2 times 2 times 2 is 8. Kasi 2 times 2, 4. 4 times 2, 8. Okay, that is correct. The cube root of 8 is 2. How about the fourth root of 81? Ano ibig sabihin ng fourth root? Ano yung number na kapag minultiply ng 4 na beses sa sarili niya, the result is 81. Okay, kung ang lalabas sa calcu nyo ay 3, kasi diba, 3 times 3 is 9, times 3 is 27, and times 3 is 81. Tama si 3, kaso kulang. Bakit? Ang negative 3 ba, raised to 4, hindi ba siya equal sa positive 81? Diba, try natin. Diba, this will be negative 3, times negative 3, times negative 3, times negative 3. Negative 3 times negative 3 is positive 9. Positive 9 times negative 3. Positive times negative, negative 27. And negative 27 times negative 3. Negative times negative, positive 81. So, dapat ang magiging sagot natin is not just positive 3 but positive and negative 3. So, ano yung rule natin dyan? Ano yung makikita nating pattern? Take a look at the index. Ano ba yung index ulit? Yung number na nasa labas, yung nasa ibabaw nung sa radical symbol, yung sa buntot ng radical sign. Ano yung nakita dito? Kapag isa lang yung sagot, ano yung number? 3. Anong number yung 3? That is an odd number. Kapag odd number po, yung index, ang sagot ay it's either positive or negative. Pwedeng positive lang or pwedeng negative lang yung sagot. Kasi for example, the cube root of negative 8. Cube root of negative 8, ang ibibigay sa inyo is just negative 2. Next, dito naman, pag nasa baba, ang index ay 4. And 4 is an even number. So kapag even number naman po, ang sagot natin ay both positive and negative. Dalawa ang magiging answer. Again, kapag ang index ay odd number, that is 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, and so on and so forth, ang sagot po ay either positive or negative. Kapag even number ang exponent, that is 2, ang index rather, not the exponent. Kapag even number ang index, the answer natin ay positive and negative. Dalawa ang sagot. Okay, for this lesson po, meron akong 4 na examples. Now, let's have example number 1. So, insert 3 geometric means between 2 and 4,802. So, tatlong missing terms daw, tatlong geometric means between 2 and 4,082. So, that means between 2 and 4,082, meron akong ilalagay na tatlong line. And those 3 lines ay magre-represent nung tatlong missing terms. Now, let's have the solution. Mabalikan natin. Si 2, this will be a sub 1. Tama? Yung isa, a sub 2, yung nawawala. A sub 3, a sub 4. Si 4,802 will be a sub 5, or the 5th term. Now, sabi ko nga kanina, kay geometric means, ang hahanapin is the common ratio. So, doon na lang tayo sa shortcut para mas madali. Katulad ng ginagawa natin sa arithmetic means, lista muna natin yung mga terms. So, we have a sub 5 is 4,802. Then a sub 1 is equal to 2. Next, ano yung gagawin natin dyan? Sa arithmetic means, parehas yung ginagawa in both sides. Dito ay magkaiba. Doon sa number of terms, ang gagawin natin ay minus. Dito naman sa kabila is divide. Divide sa kaliwa, minus sa kaliwa, again, divide sa kanan. Minus sa kaliwa, doon sa may mga A, then divide yung sa kanan. O 5 minus 1, that is 4. Next, 4,802 divided by 2. Again, 4,802, that is the 5th term, divided by 2, yung first term, that is equal to 2,401. Now, ano ang gagawin natin dyan sa 4 at sa 2,401? So, whatever yung number na nasa kanan, that is the radicand. And yung number na nasa kaliwa is the index. Kaya ko po na-review muna yung mga parts. O, lagay natin si radical sign. Ang radicand daw yung nasa kanan. Yung nasa kanan niya, sa right side. So 2,401. Ano ang magiging index? Yung nasa kaliwa, and that is 4. So that means the common ratio is the fourth root of 2,401. And what is the fourth root of 2,401? Take note ha. Ano ang index? The index is 4. And 4 is an even number. So that is your clue. Since the index is 4 and 4 is an even number, so automatically your answer will have the positive and negative sign. Kasi either positive or negative nung number na yon ay correct answer. So what is the fourth root of 2,401? Okay, that is positive and negative 7. Now, si positive and negative 7 yung gagawin natin para makuha yung tatlong missing terms. Okay, kanina, nakuha po natin that the common ratio is positive or negative 7. Now, aalamin natin ano yung tatlong missing terms pa between 2 and 4,802. So, since dalawa ang common ratio, that means dalawa rin ang magiging set of answers. Dalawang set of missing terms. Now, if the common ratio is positive 7, ano yung mga magiging missing terms? So, paano makukuha yung mga tatlong missing terms? Katulad doon sa unang lesson, multiply 2, the first term, times the common ratio na 7. 2 times 7 is 14. So, that is the second term. Next, para makuha yung third term, yung last term na nakuha natin na 14 times again the common ratio, and that is 7. 14 times 7 is 98. So that is the third term. And lastly, to get the next term, the fourth term, we have 98 times again the common ratio, which is 7, equals 686. And that is the fourth term. So, yan yung magiging sagot natin if we have the common ratio as positive 7. Kasi nga diba sabi kanina, ang common ratio natin is both positive and negative 7. Paano kapag negative 7? So, yun naman yung susunod. Okay, what if ang common ratio naman natin ngayon is yung negative 7? Ano naman kaya yung magiging set of terms? Again, dalawa po ang magiging set of answers kapag dalawa rin ang common ratio. Okay, let's just have the second term. So, again, that is 2 times, anong common ratio natin ngayon? Negative 7. 2 times negative 7, magkaiba ang sign. So, multiplication, negative. 2 times 7, 14. So, the second term will be negative 14. Kuhanin yung third term. Negative 14 times negative 7, yung common ratio. Negative times negative, magkaparehas ang sign, multiplication ng operation. So, ano ang magiging answer? Positive or negative? So, the answer will be positive. And 14 times 7, katulad kanina, is positive 98. And lastly, positive 98 times the common ratio na negative 7. Since magkaiba ulit sila ng sign, ang sagot ay negative. Positive 98 times negative 7 is negative 686. And that is the third term, or the fourth term rather of this sequence. Again po, dalawa yung naging set of answers. Yung isa ay kapag positive Again po, dalawa ang naging set of answers. Yung isa ay kapag positive ang common ratio. Ano yung mga nawawalang sagot kanina? Nung positive ang common ratio, we have positive 14, positive 98, and positive 686. Tama po? Nung ang common ratio ay naging negative 7, ano na ang naging set of answers? We have negative 14, positive 98, and negative 686. So again po, kapag even ang index, dalawa ang common ratio, dalawa ang set of answers. Let's now have example number 2. Now for the second example, we need to insert two arithmetic means between 1 and 27. So between 1 and 27, maglalagay daw ako ng dalawa pang missing terms. Now again, let us find the common ratio. So we will have a sub 1, yung 1, and this is a sub 1, a sub 2 yung pangalawa, a sub 3, and this is a sub 4. Katulad kanina, lista muna natin, a sub 4 equals 27. A sub 1 equals 1. Ano ulit yung operation? Minus sa kaliwa, divide sa kanan. 4 minus 1 is 3. And 27 divided by 1 is 27. Again, this will be the radicand. And this is our index. So we will have 27, the cube root of 27. That is our common ratio. Now, ano ang index? Odd or even? Okay, since ang index po ay 3, it is an odd number. And since it is an odd number, so isa lang po ang sagot. And the cube root of 27, or ano yung number na kapag minultiply mo sa sarili niya ng 3 beses, ang sagot ay 27. Ano yung number na yon? That is 3. Kasi 3 times 3 is 9. 9 times 3 is 27. So the answer, the common ratio is 3. So yung common ratio na yan ang gagamitin natin to get the two missing terms. We now have the common ratio na 3. And again, hahanapin natin yung two missing terms between 1 and 27. Katulad kanina, multiply. We have the first term na 1 times the common ratio na 3. That is 3. Then, para makuha yung third term, yung last number na nakuha natin na 3 times the common ratio na 3. Daming 3, no? 3 times 3 is 9. That is the third term. And 9 times 3 is 27. So that means tama yung sagot natin. Again, the common ratio natin ay 3 and the two missing terms are 3 and 9. Again, grade 10, there is a discussion board after this video na pwede niyong paglagyan ng tanong para po masasagot natin yung tanong. Okay po? Okay, let's now have the third example. So, insert two geometric means between 3 and 5,184. Sa geometric sequence, normal po na may malalaki tayong numbers. Kaya nga po allowed ang calcu kasi po we are dealing with exponents. Mabilis pong lumaki ang number kapag nagdi-deal tayo with exponents. So that means between 3 and 5,184 ay maglalagay ako ng dalawa pang missing terms. Ano kaya yung dalawang missing terms na yon? So unang gagawin is to find the common ratio. So again, si 3 will be our first term, a sub 1, a sub 2, a sub 3, and this will be a sub 4. So let's use the shortcut na lang. So we have a sub 4 equals 5,184. Then a sub 1 is equal to 3. Again, ano yung operation? Minus sa kaliwa, divide sa kanan. 4 minus 1 is 3. Yung 3 na yan ay ang index ng radical sign. And 5,184 divided by 3 will give you 1,728. Again, 5,184 divided by 3 is 1,728. At si 1,728 is our radicand. So again, sulat mo na si radical sign. Radicand is 1,728. Ang index ay 3. So we need to get the cube root of 1,728. 28. So what is that number na kapag minultiply ng 3 times sa sarili niya, the answer is 1,728. Okay pa, the answer is the common ratio and the cube root of 1,728 is 12. O bakit 12 lang? Hindi ba positive, negative 12? Okay, the answer is hindi po kasi ano ba ang index? Ang index ay 3. And 3 is an odd number, so isa lang po ang sagot natin. Ang sagot natin kung ano yung sign ng radicand, din po yung sign ng ating common ratio. So we have the common ratio na 12 na gagamitin natin para makuha yung dalawang missing terms. Again, the common ratio na nakuha natin kanina is positive 12. So ano ang gagawin natin with positive 12 para makuha yung dalawang missing terms? We will be multiplying that mula doon kay first term. So we will have 3 times the common ratio na 12, that is equal to 36. And 36, siya yung magiging second term nung geometric sequence. Next, 36, the second term, times the common ratio na 12 para makuha yung third term, yung susunod na term. 36 times 12 is 432. At si 432 ang magiging third term ng arithmetic sequence. And for us, not arithmetic, ng geometric sequence rather. Now, paano ma-check kung tama yung sagot nyo? Yung huling number na nakuha nyo, si 432, i-multiply nyo rin dun sa common ratio. So, 432 times 12, the answer should be the last term na binigay ko sa inyo, and that is 5,184. So, kapag nag-arrive kayo, whatever yung last term na nandun, kapag binultiply nyo yung huling missing term kay common ratio, then you have the correct answer. Okay, we will now have the last example. For the fourth one, we have insert 3 geometric means between negative 1/2 and negative 128. So between negative 1/2 and negative 128, we need to write 3 more lines that will represent those 3 geometric means. First again, hahanapin muna si common ratio. Now, si negative 1/2 obviously will be our a sub 1, the first term. And negative 128 will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This will be our fifth term or a sub 5. Doon lang tayo sa shortcut para mas madali. A sub 5 equals negative 128. A sub 1 equals negative 1/2. Again, minus sa kaliwa, divide sa kanan. 5 minus 1 is 4, and this will be our index. O, paano si negative 128 divided by 1/2? O, negative 128 divided by negative 1/2. Ano ba yung rule natin when we are dividing fractions? Diba? Get the reciprocal of the dividend, of the divisor rather. Get the reciprocal of the divisor, then proceed to multiplication. Ano ba ang reciprocal ng negative 1/2? Pag binaliktad si 1/2, ano yung mangyayari? Diba lilipat yung numerator sa denominator, denominator aakyat sa numerator. So that is negative 2/1. Then proceed to multiplication. Tama? Oh. Since 1 na lang naman yun nasa denominator, okay na kahit wala yung 1 na yan. O, negative 128 times negative 2. Negative times negative is positive. 128 times 2, 256. Again, we have negative 128 divided by negative 1/2. Unang ginawa, get the reciprocal of negative 1/2. Kaya naging negative 2/1. Then, since ito ay 1 na nga lang, okay na yan. Kahit wala na si 1, kasi any number divided by 1 is the number itself. Then, after getting the reciprocal, proceed na daw sa multiplication. So, negative 128 times negative 2 Since both are negative, parehas ang sign sa multiplication. Kapag parehas ang sign, the answer will be positive. Kaya naging positive 256, and that is our radicand. O, sulat ulit, see, radical sign. Radicand, nasa loob, 256. Index ay 4. Ayan na naman tayo, index ay 4. 4 is an even number. So that means our common ratio will have both the positive and the negative sign. And what is the fourth root of 256? Ano yung numbers na kapag pinag-multiply mo sa sarili niya ng 4 na beses, the answer will be 256. Okay, that is 4. So our common ratio is positive, negative, 4. So si positive, negative 4 ang gagamitin natin for us to get the 3 missing terms. Again po, nakuha natin kanina that our common ratio will be positive and negative 4. So we will determine the 3 missing terms between negative 1/2 and negative 128 by multiplying dun sa common ratio. So unahin muna natin again si positive 4. Positive 4 muna tayo. So we will have negative 1/2, that is the first term, times the common ratio na 4. O, multiplying tayo ng fractions. Alam natin that all whole numbers has an imaginary denominator na 1. And when we are multiplying fractions, numerator to numerator, denominator to denominator. So we have negative 1/2 times 4 over 1, magkaiba ng sign. So sagot ay negative. 1 times 4 is 4 over 2 times 1 is 2. May lowest term? Meron. Negative 4 divided by 2, pwede i-divide, di ba? Is equal to negative 2. So that is our second term. Para makuha yung third term, si negative 2 naman ang gagamitin. Negative 2 times positive 4. Since magkaiba pa rin sila ng sign, isang positive, isang negative, so negative pa rin ang sagot. 2 times 4, 8. Negative 8 yung magiging third term. And lastly, negative 8 times the common ratio of 4, magkaiba pa rin ang sign, so ang sagot pa rin ay negative. Negative 8 times 4, 32. So si negative 32 will be the fourth term. And again, for you to check your answer, dapat pag si negative 32 ay minultiply kay 4, the answer should be the last term. So negative 32 times 4, that is correct, that is negative 128. So the 3 missing terms of this geometric sequence, kapag ang common ratio is positive 4, we have negative 2, negative 8, and negative 32. Ano naman kaya yung magiging value niya kapag ang common ratio ay yung isa na negative 4? Okay, kanina po ang ginuha natin is the values of the missing terms if the common ratio is positive 4. Now, let's have naman if the common ratio is negative 4. Okay, negative 4 naman tayo magmumultiply. So, negative 1/2 times negative 4. Again, all whole numbers ay may denominator na 1. Ang pagkakaiba ngayon, parehas na sila ng sign. Both are negative. So pag nag-multiply tayo ng parehas na negative or parehas ang sign, the answer will be positive na. O, 1 times 4 is 4 over 2 times 1, 2. And 4 over 2 ay pwede i-simplify as simply positive 2. Positive 2 yung magiging second term. Next, multiply ulit. Yung nakuhang term na positive 2 times the common ratio, negative 4. Ayan, magkaiba na naman ang sign. Isang positive, isang negative. So therefore, ang sagot ay negative. 2 times negative 4 is negative 8. Negative 8 will now be our third term. And for us to get the last term, multiply si negative 8 kay negative 4. Since both are negative, so magiging sagot will be positive 8 times 4 is 32. So therefore, 32 yung magiging fourth term ng geometric sequence. And again, for you to check your answer, dapat kapag si 32 ay minultiply doon sa common ratio ngayon na negative 4, the answer should be negative 128. So again, ang common ratio natin dito sa example na to is positive and negative 4. So dalawa yung set of answers. If the common ratio is positive 4, we have the answers na negative 2, negative 8, and negative 32. And if the common ratio is negative 4, ang magiging values naman ng missing terms ay positive 2, negative 8, and positive 32. Okay, balikan natin yung learning targets natin. So, nagawa naman natin, di ba? Na-determine natin geometric means. Nahanap natin yung mga missing terms. Again po, final reminder, in geometric means, ang unang hahanapin is the common ratio. Then, sa common ratio po, sa pagkuha nun, kapag ang index ng radical sign is an odd number, isa lang ang sagot. It's either positive or negative. Then, kapag naman ang index natin is an even number, dalawang common ratio, both positive and negative. At kapag dalawa ang common ratio, dalawang set din ng missing terms ang kailangang hanapin. Okay, grade 10, that is our lesson for today. That is lesson number 8 about geometric means. Okay, thank you grade 10 and God bless.